Welcome back to the Leered channel. What if your garden could become the most peaceful room in your entire home, without walls, furniture, or expensive decorations? Today, we're stepping into the world of modern Zen gardens, where stone, gravel, plants, and empty space work together to create an atmosphere of calm. Stay with me, because you'll discover simple Japanese-inspired ideas that can completely transform an ordinary outdoor space. Before choosing a single stone, let's understand what makes a Zen garden special. Japanese garden design isn't simply about making a space look beautiful. It's about creating harmony between nature, simplicity, and the human experience. The goal is not to fill every corner, but to carefully choose what belongs. And surprisingly, the spaces you leave empty can become just as important as the things you add. Imagine removing half the decorations from your garden and suddenly making it feel more luxurious. That's the magic of simplicity. A modern Zen garden usually avoids visual clutter and focuses on a few strong elements. Instead of dozens of plants, ornaments, and colors competing for attention, select a limited palette of natural materials. The result is an outdoor space that feels intentional, spacious, and incredibly relaxing. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, stone. Stones give a Zen garden its sense of permanence and grounding. Look for natural rocks with interesting shapes, textures, and muted colors rather than perfectly polished decorative pieces. A single large stone can become a powerful focal point, while smaller stones can guide the eye through the landscape. Think less about decoration and more about creating a natural composition. Here's something fascinating. In Japanese-inspired gardens, stone placement can feel almost like storytelling. Instead of randomly scattering rocks across the yard, arrange them as though they belong together naturally. Try combining stones of different sizes and heights while maintaining visual balance. One dominant stone can anchor the arrangement, with supporting stones creating rhythm around it. The trick is to make the composition look effortless rather than overly designed. Want one of the easiest ways to achieve the Zen aesthetic? Cover an area with fine gravel or small pebbles. Gravel creates a calm visual surface that can represent water, especially when carefully raked into flowing patterns. Pale gray, beige, white, or warm earth tones can all work beautifully. Suddenly, even a small backyard corner can feel like a miniature landscape designed for contemplation. And here's where your garden can become a living piece of art. Using a simple garden rake, create gentle lines and circular patterns across the gravel. Curved lines can suggest rippling water, while straight or carefully repeated patterns can create structure. The beauty is that these patterns don't need to be permanent. You can change them whenever you want, turning garden maintenance into a surprisingly meditative ritual. One common mistake is trying to make everything perfectly symmetrical. Nature rarely works that way, and Zen-inspired landscapes often embrace asymmetry. Place a large rock slightly off-center, vary the heights of your plants, or create an uneven gravel boundary. These subtle imperfections make the garden feel organic. The goal isn't to create mathematical perfection, it's to create balance that feels natural to the eye. If you want your Zen garden to look beautiful throughout the year, evergreen plants can provide the foundation. Japanese-inspired designs often benefit from plants with strong silhouettes and restrained colors. Consider compact conifers, evergreen shrubs, or carefully shaped foliage suited to your local climate. Their consistent presence creates visual stability, allowing seasonal plants and flowers to become accents rather than overwhelming the overall composition. plants capture the quiet atmosphere of a traditional Japanese garden, quite like moss. Its soft texture contrasts beautifully with hard stone and gravel, creating a feeling of age and natural serenity. If your climate and conditions allow it, use moss around shaded stones, pathways, or damp garden areas. Even a small patch can make a modern landscape feel established, peaceful, and connected to nature. Here's a secret to keeping the garden modern: don't choose plants simply because they're attractive individually. Think about how each plant contributes to the entire composition. Consider texture, height, movement, and seasonal interest. Ornamental grasses can introduce gentle motion, while sculptural shrubs provide structure. A carefully chosen plant can have more impact than an entire crowded flower bed, especially when surrounded by open space. Want to take the atmosphere even further? Introduce water. A small basin, minimalist pond, or narrow water feature can add another sensory layer through reflection and gentle sound. You don't need a large pond to create the effect. Even a modest feature positioned beside stones and greenery can become a peaceful focal point. The sound of moving water can also soften traffic noise and make the garden feel more secluded. For a more distinctly Japanese touch, consider a stone water basin inspired by the traditional Tsukubai. Traditionally associated with tea gardens, these basins encourage a moment of quiet preparation and reflection. In a modern home garden, the design can be simplified into a low stone basin surrounded by gravel and greenery. It becomes both a practical feature and a visual reminder to slow down and appreciate the present moment. A path shouldn't merely help you walk from one part of the garden to another. It can control how the garden is experienced. Use stepping stones to create a gentle journey through the landscape, rather than revealing everything at once. Slight changes in direction can encourage visitors to pause, look around, and discover different views. Suddenly, walking through your garden becomes part of the experience itself. Stepping stones are especially effective when their shapes and spacing feel natural. Avoid making every stone identical. Instead, combine stones with different textures and subtle variations in size. Leave enough space between them to create a deliberate rhythm without making the path uncomfortable. For a modern interpretation, combine rough natural stones with clean gravel borders, creating an elegant contrast between organic and contemporary design. Bamboo can instantly introduce a stronger Japanese-inspired character, but it should be used thoughtfully. A bamboo screen can define boundaries, hide unattractive views, or create privacy without making the garden feel enclosed. Choose varieties appropriate for your climate and consider non-invasive or clumping types where suitable. Pair bamboo with stone and simple foliage, and you'll create a layered backdrop that feels both peaceful and architectural. Lighting can completely change how your Zen garden feels after sunset. A simple stone, wood, or minimalist lantern can provide a soft focal point without turning the garden into a brightly illuminated outdoor room. Instead of lighting everything equally, focus on selected stones, pathways, plants, or water. The shadows become part of the design, creating an intimate atmosphere that feels completely different from the daytime garden. Now, resist the temptation to fill your Zen garden with furniture. A single wooden bench can be far more powerful than a large outdoor seating set. Position it where you can observe the garden rather than directly in the center of it. The purpose is to create a place for quiet observation, reading, tea, or simply doing nothing. In a Zen garden, doing nothing can actually be the whole point. Imagine having a personal retreat just a few steps from your back door. Choose a quiet corner and surround it with simple natural elements: gravel, stone, greenery, and perhaps a low bench or cushion area. Keep distractions away from this space. No complicated decorations, no excessive colors, just a calm visual environment. Even 5 minutes spent here each day can make the garden feel more meaningful. You don't have to recreate a historic Japanese garden to achieve the Zen aesthetic. In fact, combining traditional elements with modern architecture can produce a stunning result. Imagine rough stone beside a concrete wall, soft grasses against black metal, or a minimalist water feature surrounded by natural gravel. This contrast creates a sophisticated garden that feels inspired by Japanese design while still belonging completely to a contemporary home. Here's an idea that can transform the way you plan your garden. Empty space is not wasted space. Open gravel areas, uncluttered pathways, and quiet gaps between plants allow the eye to rest. Negative space also makes individual features more noticeable. A beautiful stone surrounded by open gravel can have far more visual impact than that same stone hidden among dozens of decorations and plants. Modern Zen gardens don't need bright colors to be visually interesting. Instead, focus on texture. Combine rough stone, smooth pebbles, soft moss, delicate grasses, weathered wood, and dense foliage. When sunlight moves across these surfaces, the garden changes throughout the day. This creates subtle visual variety without sacrificing tranquility. The more you notice texture, the less you'll feel the need to add unnecessary decoration. A truly successful Zen-inspired garden should never look exactly the same throughout the year. Spring can bring fresh foliage, summer can highlight lush greenery, autumn can introduce warm leaves, and winter can reveal the sculptural beauty of branches and stones. Choose plants that offer different seasonal characteristics while keeping the underlying structure consistent. That way, your garden remains interesting without constantly requiring a complete redesign. Think your yard is too small for a Zen garden? Think again. Zen principles can work beautifully on balconies, patios, side yards, and tiny courtyards. Use a limited number of large-scale elements rather than many tiny decorations. A shallow gravel bed, one dramatic stone, a compact plant, and a small water bowl can create a strong visual statement. Sometimes, less space simply encourages better design decisions. Before you start building, watch out for one major trap: trying too hard to make everything look Japanese. Excessive lanterns, symbols, ornaments, and themed decorations can quickly make the space feel artificial. Instead, focus on the principles behind the style: simplicity, balance, natural materials, restraint, and thoughtful composition. When those principles guide your choices, the garden can feel authentic without becoming a theme park. What if maintaining your garden wasn't another chore on your weekend list? Raking gravel, trimming foliage, clearing fallen leaves, and repositioning small elements can become opportunities to slow down. Zen-inspired gardening encourages attention to simple actions and seasonal change. Rather than rushing to make everything perfect, notice the textures, sounds, and patterns around you. The process of caring for the garden can become part of its beauty. now, imagine stepping outside tomorrow morning and seeing a garden designed not just to impress your guests, but to restore you. That is the real power of a modern Zen garden. You don't need a huge property or an enormous budget. Begin with one meaningful stone, a simple gravel surface, a carefully chosen plant, and plenty of breathing room. Build slowly, observe how the space feels, and let nature guide the final design. Your garden doesn't have to be perfect, it simply needs to give you a reason to pause, breathe, and stay a little longer.